to do the thing that needs to be done to change their mood, to change their life, to change their expression, to change their existence. Because, welcome back to Best Quote Podcast. So in this episode, I'll be talking about a quote from Mignon McLaughlin. So he said that it's the most unhappy people who most fear change. Now, I don't know if that is actually true or not, but if we are going to look at it, let's dissect this and see how it goes. Because when someone is unhappy, you would expect that they are the people that will actually want a change to happen in their lives because they want something better for themselves. They want to be happier. They want to, have a better life for themselves. So they should expect or they should want or desire change. In most cases, it might not actually be true because when people are unhappy, you have to ask yourself, why are they not happy in the first place? What is the reason why they are not happy? What is the reason for their anxiety? Because if you're able to find out what is causing them not to be happy, or if you're able to find out why they are not actually happy in the first place, then maybe you can walk around and see how that can be fixed. Unless that thing gets fixed, they might not actually be happy. But in order for that thing to be fixed, they will have to do something. But some people, because they are already unhappy, they will be in a position whereby they are unwilling to do something that needs to be done. They will be unwilling to do the thing that needs to be done to change their mood, to change their life, to change their expression, to change their existence. Because, you're already unhappy, so you need something different. But a lot of times, they will not actually do that. And that is where the thing about fear comes in. Because they're already unhappy, they are now worried that whatever thing they are going to do might net negative for them, but they don't really care. Thinking about adding something to it that will make them much more unhappier would be difficult for them to take on. So for that reason, they will end up staying where they are. For that reason, they will end up not actually doing that thing that they needed to do to be able to elevate their mood, to elevate their situation and their condition. So it might actually be true that it's most unhappy people that are the most that fear change, because if they are not afraid of change, then of course they can go for that thing that is supposed to help them change their mood. They can go for that thing that is supposed to help them change their life because they are already unhappy. They need to be happy. For those who purposely want to be happy, because sometimes some people are not happy and you don't see, and you will not actually see any move or any effort on their own part to change their mood or to change their life because they are stuck in their ways. And what that explains is that they are afraid to make any move. And when they are afraid to make any move, they are going to remain in that position of unhappiness. They are going to remain in that state of unhappiness. And it's actually unhealthy. And that is why it's good to maybe listen to podcasts, listen to motivational quotes and whatever thing like that can help you to realize that there's a lot of potential in you. If you believe that you have the potential to do something, then at least you have something down already that is going to motivate you to take action. But if you don't believe that you have the potential to achieve anything, if you don't believe that you have the potential to go further in anything or to change your lifestyle or to change your achievement or whatever, then it's going to be difficult for you to make the move. But if you have that belief already, if you have that understanding that there's potential for you to do this, and that is where beliefs comes in. So if you don't believe in yourself in the first place, if you don't believe in your ability, if you don't believe in what you can achieve or what you can do or what you are capable of, then you might be stuck in your ways. Even if you're unhappy, you'll be afraid of making any move because in your mind, in your head, and in your intuition, whatever move you make or whatever thing you do might actually make your situation worse. And as long as you have that in mind, that whatever thing you do is going to make your situation worse, then I bet you will not want to make anything else. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to try to ameliorate your situation. You are going to stay in that. And in the long run, you are going to start feeling like, oh, why? This has been like this. My life has been like this for a long time. There's nothing I can do. This doesn't work in my favor. That doesn't work in my favor. Have you ever spoken to people and you hear them talking about, this is the way it is for me. This is the way this works for me. Without actually knowing that or without actually agreeing that something else can work for them. But because maybe they've tried something in the past. Maybe they've done something in the past and it didn't work out. And automatically they assume that is the way it will always be, that it will never work out for them. So for that reason, they stop trying. So sometimes you might be able to convince one or two people to change their minds at certain things, but a lot of people don't even give you the chance to change it. A lot of people don't allow ideas to come into their mind. A lot of people don't allow ideas to come into their life that can help them change their existence because of what they've already had before, because of the experiences they've already had in the past. I heard this analogy of the elephant, the way the elephant has been trained, and that was very, very dope. When I heard it, I was like, wow, this is actually great. If you didn't know, you wouldn't understand why that is happening. Right from when the elephant is too small, the elephant will be tied to a pole or to a chain or whatever thing you can tie it to, where the elephant cannot be able to escape. So the elephant is going to try. Remember, it's still a very young one. It's going to try as much as possible to break free from that rope. But it will not be possible. It will not succeed because the rope is actually strong at that particular level. But the important thing now is that if the elephant does that over and over and over and realizes that it cannot actually break free from that rope, guess what is going to happen? The elephant is going to give up. Now, when that elephant gives up, that means the aim or the goal has been achieved, because no matter what happens, no matter how big that elephant gets to be tomorrow, as long as that rope is still tied to the leg, the elephant will always believe that it cannot break free from that rope. And as a visitor or someone that is passing by or someone that doesn't know about this theory, when you see that, you'll be like, this is insane, this is crazy. Why is the elephant not breaking free from this rope? This rope is not strong. I mean, it's not that strong anymore compared to the growth or the size of the elephant. But in the mind of the elephant's mind has been conditioned already to believe that it cannot break out or it cannot break free from that rope. So it will not even try at all, because in his mind, he has tried it very well. He has tried it in the past, tried it a lot of times, and it didn't work out to the point whereby he gave up and stopped trying. So even if it gets big, whatever weight or whatever size it becomes, it will still assume that thing that is assumed back in the days, that it will not work. So there's no need to try. So I think that's the same thing that applies to those who are unhappy and yet they are afraid to make a change. Because even though that elephant, for example, doesn't like to be in that spot, even if the elephant wants to go out and roam about, but because that thing is already in his mind that it cannot break free, is even afraid to try. He doesn't need to try. He doesn't even want to try because he knows it cannot break free. But in reality, if he tries, it's going to take just one pull for the rope to fling up. It's going to take just one pull for the rope to break, but he will not try. So the same thing applies to those who actually are unhappy and yet are living in fears, because they think that things will not work out. They think that they can't change their mood. They think that they can't change their situation because maybe they've tried in the past. Maybe they've had situations and challenges in the past that tried them to a point whereby they couldn't escape. They couldn't achieve more than they're achieving. And so they just blanket and put a ceiling on their own achievement, put a ceiling on their own feeling and emotion that they cannot get that. So there's no need to try. So they continue to live in perpetual unhappiness because of fear. But as soon as they realize that, wow, I can actually do this, and this can change my life, and this can change my situation. Maybe someone told them, maybe someone encouraged them, maybe someone motivated them or inspired them through whatever speech, video, audio, whatever thing they listen to, or someone talked to them directly, or they see it in someone's life, someone in their situation that have to change their situation because of what they did, out of courage, out of persistence to be able to achieve something. When they see that, sometimes there's a shift that occurs in their mind and they're able to realize that, okay, maybe this is actually possible. But in most cases, they might not see it. And that means they will continue to live in that fear that they cannot go beyond that limit. They cannot go beyond that emotion. Since they are unhappy, they are meant to be unhappy, and they will continue to be unhappy, and that is not heard. And that is why if you are listening to this and you have someone that is unhappy, you have someone that is going through a challenge, that is believing something negative about themselves, that is not actually making the change that they can make, that you believe that they can make, I think it's your duty and responsibility as a friend, as a family member, or as a colleague, or whatever thing, to talk to them. You never know who needs your advantage. You never know who needs your care. You never know who needs your attention. You never know who needs your intervention in their life. Maybe in the business or in a relationship or family, whatever way you think you can support someone, that you think that they have a bigger potential than they are actually exhibiting right now, and you can support, you can help, you can encourage them to elevate, to move to a new level. I think it's actually good that you do that. Doesn't mean that you must do it, and sometimes people don't listen. People don't want to hear other people's opinion. People don't want to be in a position whereby they feel that someone is telling them what to do. It's all good and fine. You just gotta try. If it doesn't work, you've tried your own. For me, I think it makes sense, and I think it's something that people should look into. So if you're unhappy, or if something is not going well for you, and you have been in that level, in that state for a long time, I think you should be asking yourself, what am I afraid of? What is the thing that is keeping me in this particular position? Because there got to be something. Something is talking to you in your mind. There's this voice speaking to you in your mind that's making you to remain in that position, even if you don't like it, even if it's not comfortable for you. So for you to remain there for a long period of time means there's a voice in your mind that you are following, and that voice needs to be questioned. You need to question that voice. Why is it there? Why is this happening? Why am I not doing this? If I'm unhappy, or if I'm not succeeding in this, why is it like that? There should be something. There should be a good, and don't just take any answer because you're afraid, because sometimes we accept answers because it makes us comfortable. It doesn't move us out of our comfort zone because we want to stay there. So, but if you are ready to move out of your comfort zone, if you are ready to accept whatever answer that comes from that question that you ask yourself, and know that yes, you have an open mind to accept whatever thing, and then try to make a change, then of course you are going to see the change that you desire, no matter the condition, no matter the situation and circumstance. That's what I got about this quote, guys. Let me know what you think about it, and thank you for listening. If you are listening to this on podcast, I really appreciate. And if you are listening to this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and of course share this video with others. Thank you, and see you in the next one.